Learning. Just having a smartphone will not guarantee that you will be able to make good video. Even though smartphones are simple, there are features that are hidden or not immediately obvious, which can make a big difference when shooting with the phone. For example, some phones may be set to HD mode, and the 4K setting may be buried in the settings. Without setting the phone to 4K, the footage shot will not be future-proofed. Without tinkering with the features of the phone, one cannot guarantee to be able to control the phone as needed on the day of filming. In order to shoot well, a little bit of time must be set aside to understand the phone's settings. In addition, time will also need to be set aside to understand photographic concepts such as composition and lighting. Planning. For anyone who's ever produced or filmed or made any sort of edited video, they understand that half the battle is fought before production or post-production even gets underway. Pre-production is one of the more important stages of production, because getting it wrong can stop a project in its tracks. So what is pre-production? It essentially refers to the planning stages of your project where you are doing things such as storyboarding, shot lists, blocking diagrams, scouting, rehearsals, scheduling, and so forth. The more time that is spent in the planning phase, the more smoothly the shooting and editing phases will go. A lot of time spent up front will ensure that less time needs to be spent on the day of filming or during the editing process. For example, during the actual production, everyone will need directions. Spending time to communicate the vision to the team on the day of will take away from the efficiency of the production endeavor. You will still need to spend some time to consult everyone in regards to the production day, but anything you can do to increase your communication effectiveness and speed on the day of will help. For this reason, planning documents such as storyboards can help to communicate the vision to the team, while you as the director can focus on other aspects that need to be completed. Storyboards are simply a set of diagrams that show the video sequence shot by shot. The crew and our production assistant will need a copy of the script. Another essential document you will need for the production is the script. The script can be formatted in a two-column approach, an image on the left and a script line on the right. Both the crew and the cast will need a copy of the script. Irrespective of the kind of video you set out to make, the process of planning will be the same. Location, location, location. Before you go to film anything, you want to check out different locations. Being able to find and then to secure a quality location can make you look like an excellent filmmaker. The qualities of the scene have a profound impact on the image that is eventually recorded. Location is very important and will either make or break the visual aesthetic of the scene you will eventually record. For example, if you film in a high-end corporate building or a high-end restaurant, your project will likely come off as having been produced by a quality filmmaking team. However, if you film in a bedroom filled with clutter and do not even bother to set the scene with props or carefully chosen furniture, then no matter how many lighting effects you add to your scene, the production will look uninteresting and be regarded as unimpressive. In the latter situation, the audience will not be impressed with the visuals and therefore are likely to also not be impressed by your talents as a media producer. In addition, the location also matters in terms of the audio side of things. The mobile microphone on the smartphone or on a dedicated external recording unit are not able to cope with the noise-heavy environmental sounds that occur at some locations. So if it's a windy location, or if there are people making noise nearby on a regular basis, then that is likely not a good location. But if you find a location that is likely to be quiet, such as an indoor space, you will increase the audio recording fidelity dramatically. Choosing the wrong location can be troublesome and even disastrous for the shoot. There are many ways in which choosing the wrong location can impact, interfere, or stop your shoot. If you film on a busy street, the cops may pay you a visit. If you film in an indoor tennis court facility, the fans will cause enough sound to ruin the recording. If you film outside in the forest on a cloudy day, the lack of sunlight will ruin the cinematic appeal of the shots, and you will be tempted to use powered lighting. The requirement of a lot of power will require a generator, and this in turn will ruin your audio track. Simply put, You want cinematic areas that aren't going to cause any problems or physical interferences or audio issues once you begin the day's shoot. Now, when you need to shoot indoors, the best thing to look for is simple visual layouts. You want to avoid having numerous physical objects and clutter on scene that break the nice cinematic lines and that break the color scheme. You want an area with little or no clutter in the background. However, a trip to pick up carefully selected decorations from the local thrift store could make the set more cinematic. The difference between a well-shot video and one that looks amateurish often comes down to details such as set decorations and/or the amount of on-scene, non-visually aesthetic clutter. Good locations for indoor environments are school buildings and office buildings on carefully chosen dates, seeing as though these places are usually free of noise and people at certain times. When you need to shoot outdoors, you will need to watch but also listen to the noise level at each potential location that you visit. The forest might look great, but if it generates a lot of wind noise, it will not be useful to record dialogue in such an environment.